Hey team, welcome to Monday Morning Pearls, brought to you by Span the Chasm. My name is Randy Remersma. Today's topic, it seems like we've been working with some leaders recently that are struggling to get good talent into the organization. When we dig into the conversation with them and find out what they're doing, shock, turns out they don't have much process and intent. They've got some pre-canned questions, they've got some attributes that they're looking for, but there's not a well thought out process for this very, very important decision. Why is it so important? Making a bad hire is the most expensive thing you can do. Slows down your revenue growth. You burn opportunities that could have been successfully navigated, and they'll be gone forever. There's 5 things that we challenge people to think about in this process. Number 1 is the profile. What are the observable, what are the measurable attributes that someone has to have to be successful in your organization? Does it make sense to do an assessment? What kind of revenue success do they have to have? What kind of job market experience do they need to have or not need to have? But what are the things that actually matter so that we can quickly filter on those? Step number 2, once we got the profile built, how are we going to attract these people? Where are we going to advertise? What does our compensation plan look like? Do we have a development plan that would lure people in? Is what our company is doing in the marketplace and our voice going to be something that's naturally going to attract some of the best talent? Remember, they're looking at you too. Are you presenting an image that looks great? Try looking in Glassdoor and see what people are saying about you right now. You might learn a thing or two. Step 3, the actual interview. Do you have a real plan? Is it just going to be 4 people asking the same questions over and over, driving the person that's interviewing crazy? Or do you have a plan? Maybe some scenarios. Instead of asking, what would it look like or could you? Ask them specific questions for their experience. What have you done around this topic? What did it look like? What were the outcomes? What was your contribution in there? Are there scenarios that would matter? Do you have to do discovery, cold calling, whatever those things might be? Make sure you're testing them in this process. Don't have everybody ask all the same questions either. Come at it from different angles, maybe 2 people asking the same question, but 4 people, 5 people asking the same question only creates fatigue and actually makes you look bad. Step number 4, onboarding. They showed up. Let's make sure that you've got a fantastic plan for those magical 2 weeks. All their IT stuff works, the computer, CRM's connected, email is humming, and you're not only teaching them about the products that you sell, but more importantly, what are the use cases? What does the ideal client profile look like? What are the people that we're going to talk to? Learn those things, become expert in that, and then plug the product knowledge into that context. Make those first 2 weeks absolutely magical and flawless for them so they are fired up to bring your impact out to the marketplace. Step number 5, okay, they've made it through onboarding, but it takes them 180 days. Maybe it takes them a year before they're fully ramped up. Do you have a plan for that? This is the number 1 area where companies fall short. Do we have a bidirectional plan, investing in them investing back in us so that we know what's happening and we can make that first period of time fantastic for both companies, or even tell if it's time to cut ways before we get to that point. We want to do that with intent and with purpose. One of the things I just want to throw out here that we find is a mistake a lot of companies make, and this is critical. Most companies drastically overvalue the industry experience someone needs to have. Warren Buffett and Angela Duckworth talk about a couple of attributes that really matter: passion, integrity, intellect, coachability, grit, the ability to grind and get things done. If someone rates very high on those types of attributes, the rest of it you can probably teach them pretty quick. Maybe you need to give them a little bit of context, but I would encourage you not to overweight the value of industry experience. This whole hiring process is beguiling for you guys. We'd love to have a conversation with you to see if it makes sense for us to serve you, to make this important time much more successful for you. Reach out to us, LinkedIn, info@SpanTheChasm for email, SpanTheChasm.com on the web. Look forward to having a conversation with you. Until then, have a great day. Thank you.